Hello everybody, back here again for Vlog-A-Day, and today is Monday the 12th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day weather-wise. Got this morning, got a few things taken care of real quick, got the car packed up, went to go check my vending routes, was waiting to find out if I had to take Karen's father to the doctor. It was that weird thing where we didn't know what time he's going to be able to get us to the doctor and stuff. And it's like I only wait around and find out he doesn't go, and I'm trying to be late on the rest of stuff in the day. So I thought I'll get up and get started pretty early. Got out doing that, and then kind of just constantly waited for the call to come to like, hey, go take him to the doctor kind of thing, which seemed to never come. So I was like, went ahead and got a few other things done here and there. Went and did what I needed to go do. Had to hit the store to get some other supplies and stuff. Basically was heading back, and had a couple of places. I basically text Karen. I'm like, hey, I'd like to know what's going on. Like, I need to know, do I go the next direction? Do I head back towards Ormond? Do I, which way, blah, blah. And it says she hadn't heard from him yet. And then the one said, it's coming tomorrow. And there's a whole, that added a bunch of stress onto her. And I'm like, okay, cool. And whatever it is, I'm just going to go on my day as if I got nothing going on with him. And then it might delay me longer getting back to help him, which sucks. But it's still better than her taking off work and deal with all that crap. So went ahead, said hell with it, headed on with my day, trying to figure out what I was doing. So in the process of heading back home, I was basically like kind of taking a few little spots here and there. I turned down one of the roads I'd like to buy a house on. I sometimes find areas I want to live and then just look for houses in that neighborhood that might be for sale. So I've even thought about just like sending like postcards and stuff, or like letters like, hey, this is not bullshit. Like, I literally want to live in your neighborhood. Do you have your house for sale, or would you sell your house, or do your neighbors want to sell their house, kind of thing. So usually doesn't go well. They assume it's just some idiot, investment company and yada yada. So it is what it is. I thought about knocking on the doors, but nowadays with COVID, you really can't do that. So went ahead, drove down over by the running trail and stuff here in Edgewater, and basically didn't really say anything. Turned down a little dirt road and driving back there and stuff, and the sign's out saying water maybe over road, whatever, having a lot of rain, really high water tables. I'm like, it's just sandy road. Things don't really get muddy here because it's all sand, so it's usually pretty safe. So I'm heading down and stuff, and I come around the corner, and I'm in that weird part. I'm quite a ways through this dirt road, but not that far. And I was not quite halfway, but I was a long way through, and I see a road grader in front of me doing 0 mile an hour basically, and I thought he was gonna get out of my way. Nope, he decides just to grade the road out, and he's got the big teeth in the front that are digging it up and then kind of helping make a crown in the middle of the road, which was fine as long as I'm moving. I'm in the car, so I don't, and the car needs new tires, by the way, too. It's getting, tires need to be replaced, and the car's not great in sand. It's got the traction control and stuff, and I didn't look into how to, which way to just turn it off, because sometimes in the sand you want wheel speed, you want, just kind of clean the tread out and kind of keep going and stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I stayed way back from the thing, so in case I saw a soft spot, I could try and speed up and get through it. And I was doing stuff, and I came to a couple soft spots, and I started catching up on the guy. And I literally was in first gear to idle, just idling through the sand, not giving any gas, not spinning the tires, not nothing, trying to drive through this thing. And I was doing stuff, and I got to a spot, you could feel it just gets hard. It's kind of like driving on the beach. You can feel the soft spots, feel the hard spots. So I got there, and I basically clutched it, sat there for a little bit, let him get quite a ways ahead of me again. Kind of like, I know he's seen me now at this point. Like, you don't have a sign that says road closed. You have a sign that says water over road. You don't have a sign that says doing grading, go around. You don't have this kind of stuff. And I'm on that weird point now of like, I don't know if I could turn around to the soft shit. Like, by the time I get off this little bit of the straight path moving, I don't know if I could turn around and get back through it. So I'm like, I'm kind of now stuck here until I'm calling AAA to get out of here, kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, whatever, kind of similar stuff. Let the guy get ahead of me a little farther. I was like, okay, no problem stuff. So I start taking off, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe quarter mile or so down as I'm picking up a little bit of speed and stuff, and it look up, and you can just tell when you see sand, the sand, and it's sugar sand, and it's deep, and I'm like, fuck me. I'm like, this is not gonna be good. So I kind of punch it as best I can punch it without, I can't get going too damn fast. So then I run up on top of the grader, and at that point, now I'm on top of the grader, and I gotta go to 0 almost, and I'm never gonna get moving again if I come to a stop. Like, this thing is deep, and I'm letting stuff, and I'm trying to look at my mirrors because I don't want to see how deep the ruts are behind me, because it's gonna scare me a little more. So I'm like just plowing through it, and the car's like just kind of shifting, just that little bit of like in the front end's kind of, you can feel it trying to sink in. And I'm just like, please just keep going. The traction control's kicking off, so it's applying the brake and stuff, which is how that traction control works, which is not what I want. And then I thought when I stopped, I should have undid traction control. And I'm like, oh, this ain't good. I had that little bit of panic moment, like, I gotta call AAA now to come and be towed out of a stupid road over some bullshit looking for a house. And I also realized I probably don't want to live on this road, because I don't know if this is a common occurrence that like this dude's out there just grading it for hours on end, and now I can't get home to my house, kind of thing. So I was just like, going, please, dude, just keep moving, don't stop, just keep moving stuff. And he's up, and I'm catching up on him. So now I'm trying to get as much speed as possible, because the faster you go in the sand, the better things are. And it's doing stuff, and I look up, and I think I see what looks like solid or sand ahead. And at this point, I'm just going as hard as I can go, and I've now clicked up from 7-8 mile an hour. I'm probably doing more like 10 or 12, which means I'm catching that grader fast. And I'm like, please just let him get up on that the hard stuff before he stops or slows down anymore, or I'm going to catch up to the guy. And I felt the car kind of come up onto the solid, which is where he's picked up the teeth and not dug it up so much so he can shape it where he wants to put it. And I was like, oh, thank God. So I got there, I'm like, okay, cool. So I stop again once I hit some solid sand and let him get quite a ways ahead. And then finally, eventually, he was reshaping the edge to kind of make like a drain for the water. And at that point, I just punched it and took off as hard as I could. And I was doing like 30, and I went around in the soft sand, because I knew when I got off the top center part, get off the side, more like it sucked me in the ditch. So I'm doing like 30 mile an hour past him, and I ripped through it, and I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. I want to live on that road still. I do, but I can't. I'm not going to drive a four-wheel drive truck my whole life, and I don't want to do that. Also, if I've been on a motorcycle, trying to get home on the motorcycle, I've been totally screwed. So I've decided that road is out, but it is what it is. Turned down another little side road, just at the end of that road, and there's a house back there, and the pictures that must have been taken 20 years ago or something, because this place is horrendous compared to what actually is there now. So definitely not a thing. That's out too. But kind of drove around a little bit there and stuff, got back home, did a few things, got things put away. Ended up talking to a lady who's going to be doing, hopefully doing my dog watching when we go to North Carolina. So we did a meet and greet. Had it set up for tomorrow, but I was like, hey, if I can get it done today, I can go cut the hot tub tomorrow and all this stuff. I don't have a hot tub for a buddy of mine. Was going to do it today, possibly tomorrow, Wednesday, but I got actually dog coming here Wednesday, so I wanted to go ahead and just, in case it took too long. So I went ahead, basically went to the meet and greet, took the dog with me, we met, them. Her dog's fine. She got along with Bruce, seemed cordial enough, seemed polite enough with the dogs and whatnot. Headed back out, hit Home Depot up, basically grabbed some new saw blades for my Sawzall to be able to cut up the hot tub and whatnot. Headed back home, took another couple little roads, like different ones I wouldn't mind living on. Kind of drove down a couple of those little roads and stuff here and there and whatnot. Got home again, chilled out here at the house a little bit. By that point, it's kind of, I got everything put away. Karen got off home from work, went ahead and I just made some pizzas. I went for my run, got a shower, made some pizzas, and then we basically just chilled out a little bit. We ended up just chatting a lot. We talked a lot about just life, her dad's health, her son, just all the taking care of her aunt, taking care of, just this whole burden of, how much does she have to disrupt her life to take care of other people? On top of that, how much is she willing to disrupt her life to take care of other people, and all the fun that comes to that and the stress? And do we buy a duplex? Do we buy him a house near us? Do we try and buy a house someplace we go buy two houses side by side? We've kind of decided we don't think we can actually live with her dad in the same house, just because of his personalities and some things there. We don't think it'd be that great, but if we maybe had a duplex where we own both sides and have the garage between us, we might be able to do a lot of the deciding stuff. Also, that drive back there, I took off on the roads. I found another neighborhood I want to look into. No idea, nothing back in there is for sale right now, but I'm going to do some checking also. But I found a place that's $550,000. I'm not buying it. 55 acres of land though. That's $10,000 an acre, and it comes with a house and a garage. And the problem with it is the house is not big enough for the way it's set up, and the garage wouldn't work. It's not big enough for us to live in as our sole thing, and it's upstairs apartment above the garage. My mom don't want to walk stairs. Her dad can't walk stairs, so unless we put an elevator into the damn thing, they can't live up there. So that's not going to make any sense. So I want 55 acres of land really bad. Just I don't want to pay $500,000 for it. With the house stuff doesn't fit our needs at the moment. So I wish it was one of those things like it was like $250,000 and the $300,000 for the house and the shop was missing. That would be a whole different world to then work in something like that. But again, it's still too much money at the moment for what it is. So, but I'd like to find a big chunk of land like that and then start building my own like little community, putting in tiny houses, putting in houses stuff, renting out, kind of treat it like a trailer park, but with actual houses. Like, hey, you want to live here? We have like a big community center. We have small houses on each side, little tiny houses built around. And we have like a big volleyball pit, we have a big fire pit, we have a pool, we have whatever. So it's all kind of community used, but not outside community, just inside, like people we agree to have living here, people we want to be around. Maybe a big ass workshop with a 2-post lift for cars, some tools, some welders. Everybody can kind of use it, kind of treat it like a commune, kind of thing where everybody contributes Everybody uses off it. One big ass mower that mows everybody's yards and stuff, all that kind of stuff. We don't need a 4-wheel drive truck. We need one big truck, one trailer. Anybody can use it whenever they want, that kind of thing. That's a far-fetched pipe dream. It probably never will happen because everybody gets their ass sued off. Everybody gets all like, "Oh, it's my money. I gotta buy it." Blah blah whatever. So it is what it is there. But got down and talked about just all that kind of fun stuff that comes along with it. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.